Hello guys and welcome back to the European Championship. I'm here with Marcel Burri. I only want to ask him one question, but welcome Marcel.
Hi, Luke.
Hello, nice to see you again.
Yeah.
So, the big question, why didn't you summon the Danko Sekka? I was freaking out. I was almost on the floor. What was going through your head? I've got only one explanation, and I wonder if it's the same as yours.
Okay. Yeah, I still think like it was correct to not summon the Danko immediately in the first turn.
Okay.
And the reason is, if you looked at my hand, I had like I think field spell, 2 MSTs, and only one single pendulum monster. That means if I go for Danko, I can use Sky Iris, but only on the pendulum scale, and then search another one. And I couldn't pendulum anything that turn. So I can summon Danko. Of course, his back row is locked, but I can't do anything that turn. And then if he has a way to kill the Danko next turn, then yeah, I will just not have her anymore. I will have to fight through the whole back row. So my idea for the turn was to just use the Sky Iris to search a Pendulum Dragon, and then use that, and in the end phase grab the Monkey Board, and then next turn I could summon Danko, then play Monkey Board, search, destroy with the Sky Iris, and I think that would have been way better. So I get some instant value of the Danko.
Right. Okay.
But the Magic Train just ruined pretty much of that idea.
It was just really strange because what was kind of happening in our house, obviously we knew the back row. We were going crazy when he had 3 cards and he was only able to discard 1 from Cards of Demise, and we were kind of like, is he going to discard the Chaos Trapple? And then he did, and I thought, right, okay, Marcel here must be thinking he's already got a Chaos Trapple. I can't play the Danko. You must have thought he had 2 Chaos Trapples.
Yeah, it was either that or it's just, I mean, he obviously sets the other cards first, so it's either like he has another summon negation, or he just got like cards that he thinks are better. Like, let's say he got, I don't know, like Anti-Spell Fragrance and probably Solemn Strike or whatever. He would maybe value that higher. And the thing is also, Chaos Trap Hole is overall not that good against Pendulum. I mean, you can negate like the Skull Acrobat, that's really good.
Yeah.
And I mean, Danko, of course, but Danko isn't the main deck card. You don't even know if it will be sided. So Chaos Trap Hole, I was even a bit surprised that he kept it in, because I think if there's no Danko, it's quite a bit of a gamble to keep the Chaos Trap Hole.
It was just really weird to watch that whole turn unfold, because you did something, and then he played a back row and thought, oh, he's going to play Danko Sekka now. He's going to do it. He's going to do it. And then you played another thing, and then he used another back row, and I was like, oh, he's definitely going to do it now. And then he got down to 1 back row. I was like, the Danko, why didn't you play the Danko? I just really wanted to see it happen, I guess.
Unfortunately, the Danko still turned out pretty important, because
it actually really did.
Yeah, because when I saw the Pot of Duality and I saw that MST, I was like, oh my god, I can't do anything if he like uses that correctly, because I only had the Monkey Board and the Sorcerer was already in scale, so it blocked at MST, so that was really important.
Yeah, in the end, it definitely kind of it paid off in the long term. I think. So let's imagine that you did play Danko Sekka. What was kind of going through your head that really made you think, oh, he could draw this card? Were you just thinking another one of the Karmas?
You mean the first turn?
Yeah, the first turn.
Mostly that, yeah. If he has like 2 Karmas, he can. I mean, one I think has even 1,800 attack, so he can just beat over it, or just. I mean, I think
if he gets any of them,
he would also go into an Exceed for getting rid and unlock his 4 face downs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
it was just the chat was going crazy. I was going crazy.
The other thing was also like you saw game 1 when I didn't set the MST in my first turn, because I thought, like, let's say set Odd Eyes Fusion, my hand was horrible. So if he has the MST, I can maybe bait that out on something bad. So I kept the MST, and then he flipped the Tanky. So in the second game, I was also like, yeah, maybe he did that again. So it would actually make sense, because he could normal summon and take it back to the hand. That's just giving me more information that needed. So I felt like, it's maybe okay like that.
Yeah, well, okay, so now we know. Now we know. There was some logic behind what we thought was crazy at the time. So tell us a little bit about why did you decide to play this deck?
Yeah.
Is it because Eugen was playing it?
No, that's not really the reason. It's like, I already said at Nationals that I'm not the biggest fan of the current format. So there are a lot of strong decks, and I think that, like, basically every one of them has some really broken combos, and especially broken opening turns. And I didn't have a deck where I felt like, oh, that's the cool deck, I want to play that. I think I will have an edge over like anyone, because we have a lot of meta decks, and you will face them all, and I think you can tech out against all of them in one deck.
Yeah.
And
I've been saying the same. I think there's not one single best deck.
Yeah.
Remember Necros format when it was
yeah,
you play Necros.
exactly. You had
Or
like
you
the
play
deck to
something-
beat, and then
Yeah.
all the decks, of course, were viable, but in a way, like
everyone was playing
anti-decks,
Necros.
with tech and
Whereas this time it's kind of all the decks are kind of on a level playing field, and you can choose to make your deck kind of good against one of the
Yeah.
matchups.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of how it's going.
Yeah.
But
And
so, other than yourself, obviously, what do you think is going to do really well this weekend?
I personally think that the Monarchs and Burning Abyss will be the most successful
Yeah.
ones. The thing with the Performer Pal deck, when I like started to test it again, there was a time where pretty much nobody played Solemn Strikes anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And if nobody plays those counter traps, the deck is like really strong.
Yeah.
Because then you can like pendulum everything and you don't have to be afraid of anything. And this is like a bit
My two choices for the weekend was either Pendulum or Cosmo. So I thought they were going to do well based on the North American one.
I have to say, Cosmo for me is in a way like a bit of an underdog even.
Yeah,
It feels really weird to say that because it's still very strong, but I think it's just, I don't know, the Demise version is maybe more popular right now, and the other one is just, it's really hard to play. I think the Island version is still very strong.
There's a lot of crazy combos.
Yeah,
like the ceiling is much higher on that deck.
The one game I lost today, the one match, I lost against Cosmo, Island Cosmo, and he had like an amazing combo. That was really cool because he went into triple Stormtrooper, and then you can go into Giga Brilliant Core Batch, and then do another 3 Stormtrooper, then another Giga Brilliant Core Batch, and another 3, then another Core Batch. And then you still have 2 slots, so you can summon a Break Sword, and that's like 8,400, or with Gaia Dragon it's like 9,000.
Wow.
And you can destroy like 1 monster that is an attack and shuffle back up to 3 that are in defense, so the combo will OTK pretty often. That's that
cool.
approach to this deck is really cool, so maybe that's something you could future if you find.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. I think the only thing with that is you're going to get pretty tight on extra deck space, right? you got to like...
Yeah, that's also my first thought, like how do you fit that in? Because Island Cosmo is not like a deck where you have the luxury
tons of space,
where you have space left.
Yeah, unlike Domain Monarchs, you got plenty of space. Right, anyway, thank you very much for the interview. Good luck in the rest of the tournament.
Yeah, thanks.
Hopefully we'll be seeing you later. We'll be right back with even more live coverage of the European Championships. See you guys soon.